The bear moseys up to the cabin, sees the trail of smoke rising like it is in a hurry, and his nose perks up. He smiles, showing his large bare teeth, canines and bicuspids that will frighten the owner of the cabin if he happens to be looking out of the paisley drapes at this exact moment. Luckily, he is in the shower and singing loudly to the radio, and therefore doesn't hear the bear open the door that the man didn't think to lock, because who would be wandering the woods this late at night? "Baby, hit me, baby, one more time," the man croons. The bear covers his tiny ears with his enormous paws. This man cannot sing, he decides. The man thankfully becomes quiet and turns off the shower, unaware of the fully grown brown bear who waits calmly for the man to come out of the bathroom and feed him. The bear's stomach growls, and for a moment he worries for the man's safety. He isn't the friendliest bear when he is hungry, and he is ravenous now. He searches the cabinets, ripping the doors off the hinges, because the wares are easier to get to without those troublesome obstructions that only hide what is behind them. The man will thank him for making the cabinets easier to get into, he is sure of it. He smells wonderful things coming from the stove that makes the sweet-smelling smoke coming from the chimney. But when the bear touches the pot over the flame, the black metal singes his fur, and he roars. "What the man yells, throwing open his bathroom door. He shrieks the way the bear imagines only the females of the species are able. The bear cocks his head to the side, nursing his wounded paw, and the man mimics him, mouth agape. Hasn't the man ever seen a bear before? He lives in the woods, after all. "What the hell?" the man asks. He backs up a step, then another, reaching behind him for something the bear can't see. The bear worries for a moment that the man is one of those humans who carries those large metal rifles and uses them on unsuspecting guests. Those types of rifles had killed old Bear Potter and his brother, and so naturally, this bear is wary. "Don't shoot," the bear instructs. "I'm only in search of food, of which it seems like you have plenty, as you can tell by my recent renovations to your cabinets. See, isn't it better to peer into your food receptacles without having to move those cumbersome doors first?" The bear sweeps his arm back to indicate the work he has done to help the man, but all the man hears is, "Roar, gore," and sees the bear point back to all the havoc he has wreaked. The man thinks the bear is angry, and so he panics. He pushes power on the remote he finds behind him because he is not one of those humans with a rifle. In fact, were the bear more calm, the man would show him the certificate hanging in the bedroom, the one that speaks of congratulations for taking an animal safety course and passing with honors. This man has solemnly sworn not to harm another being, human or otherwise, ever, even when a large brown bear enters his home without being invited in. So the man turns the television on in what he thinks is a genius attempt to calm the bear with scenes from nature. Maybe the bear will see how utterly out of place he is in the man's tiny cabin and remove himself. As soon as the television is on and the bear momentarily distracted in his search for food, the man ducks into his humble bedroom, which could use a good scrubbing, he decides, and locks the door. He hopes the bear won't notice his absence and come searching for him, hungry and on the scent of raw man thigh for dinner. And it works. The bear is distracted. He sits on the man's threadbare couch and with an elbow to his knee, a fist under his chin, watches the end of the program that is on. He catches something of a worm and of his magnificent transformation into a butterfly. Oh, what he would give to be able to transform into something so light, so effervescent as a butterfly. He is aware of his gracelessness, and it is his least favorite trait. His wife never complains, but then she is quite the lumbering oaf as well. The man cheers quietly in his bedroom before coming to the sad realization that his half-hatched plan has worked. Now what will he do? Will the bear remain indefinitely? The same had happened to his sister's child when she'd put on the cable in the city for her son when he ran rampant through the house. He was subdued, yes, but his eyes remained glued to the television indefinitely. The man does not have a backup plan to remove the bear from the cabin, and he worries. For he is hungry too, and he has not thought to bring a slice of meat, some bread, even some water recently pulled from the creek, into his bedroom before locking himself in. He will just have to wait it out, hope the bear gets bored with the nature channel, the only channel the small cabin can receive this high in altitude. The bear watches with frustration as an ad for tuna fish comes on. His anger is twofold. He is hungry, and the tuna fish dancing on the screen, looking ridiculous in glasses, reminds him of that hunger. Also, where is the butterfly, and what happened to her? He roars at the screen and loafs into the kitchen again to find some food, keeping his ears perked for mention of the butterfly's return. He finds a can with the same idiot fish in glasses on the side and pierces it with his middle claw, tearing off the metal lid with ease. He sticks his small tongue into the can and in one swipe devours the fish, throwing the can on the floor so the man will notice he is down a can of tuna the next time he goes to the market. He does the same with 3 more cans until he can hear the sound of his own program return. Groaning with pleasure, the tuna has done the trick. He sits back down on the couch that now slopes in the middle under the bear's weight. He thinks to go ask the man to join him, that maybe he would like to share in some light watching and conversation. But before he can get up, a large brown bear fills the screen. The bear smiles. He would know that golden honey-colored pelt anywhere. He'd fallen for the way the light in the meadow shimmered off the coarse hairs, the way that supple bottom that is now framed in the black plastic of the television set sways back and forth. A rumble forms in the pit of his belly, and he sits back, aroused. No need to invite the man for this, he thinks. When had his wife been close enough to humans to be filmed, he wonders next. No bother, she is there now, and he misses her. He hates foraging for food so far away, but this is a welcome surprise. Until the camera pans back, across the grassy field his wife walks through. He sees the look on his wife's face, sees her teeth exposed in a way most would find menacing, but what he knows to be a look of matched arousal. She is heading towards his brother, a larger, tougher bear than most others in the area. He has the same look the bear had on his face before the camera lens had widened, the look of mating. The bear sits up straight, furrows his brow, and if the man is unlucky enough to be peering out his door right now, he will be frightened enough to wet himself. He isn't, though, and in fact, he is trying to jimmy the lock on the window in his bedroom in a meager attempt at escaping the bear in his living room. How can he know that the bear is otherwise wholly distracted? And he is. The bear paces, unaware of anything except the growing tension on the screen. His wife sashaying towards his brother, right on television for anyone to see. When they reach each other, the music slows and the two bears embrace, begin the mating ritual that the bear himself had performed with his wife not months before. He is mad, furious, filled with venom. He tears out of the house just as the man topples from his window at the bear's feet, looking up with surprise to see the bear looming above him, looking more deadly than he ever imagined an animal could look. The man wishes he didn't have that damned certificate hanging on the wall in his bedroom, wishes he had a rifle instead. The bear roars, leaps over the man, and careens off into the woods at a pace that astounds the man. The man picks himself up, realizes he has indeed wet himself, and goes into the cabin to change, glad his plan to send the bear home has worked. Thank you.